This is Houston Sports Social again, coming back to you with episode 17. Episode 17 coming at you. My name is Justin.
What's going on, guys? My name is Sean.
So, when the Spurs got fucking, like, DeMar DeRozan, do you think, like, those guys was like, DeMar, do you love me? Are you riding? So you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you, and I need you, and I'm down for you always. I'm pretty sure the Spurs are like that.
I'm pretty sure they're
I'm pretty sure
they're not.
I'm pretty sure. When they got rid of Kawhi, they was like, come on, DeMar.
Pop would release all of them if they did some dumb shit like that.
Bro,
Pop.
they did it without Pop. No, I'm just saying. I'm telling you, internally.
They did it without Pop. No.
Pop would.
Don't let him know. Don't let him know.
Pop would just jump in the river and suicide.
But anyway, it's your boy Sham Wild, a.k.a. Sham Bam Kablam, a.k.a. Sham God, a.k.a. Sham Bomb, a.k.a. H-Town Finest, a.k.a. He's sexy. What's up? Let's do it, y'all. Let's do it. Bro, I'm excited, dog. I'm excited. As soon as we get...
by the end, like, by episode 50, he's going to have so many alias names. It's going to be a whole segment of him aliases.
You got to do a whole episode.
On just his name.
We're going to release a document at the last episode with all the names he's come up with. So
dude,
it's going to be like 4 pages.
Okay, yeah. so that means we're going to have to pay somebody to go through all that, bro.
Yeah.
Through all that.
Yeah.
Worth it. So we got a lot to talk about today, guys.
Oh, let's hurry and do this World Cup shit. Hurry up.
We got the World Cup final results.
France won. Okay.
Which was
done.
like a month
We're
ago.
Done. We're done.
I mean, guys, we have to understand we only do this once. We do this every Saturday.
Yeah. Once a week. So we catch up on a few things.
Sorry, we don't have the
even though last time we did it was Thursday.
Yeah, because that's because
it's still regardless once a week.
Yeah, and it feels a little longer because it's actually been 9 days.
So
as opposed to
so we're going to talk about the World Cup stuff. We're going to talk about NBA free agency, lots of stuff going on.
Do you love me?
We're going to talk about.
I'm sorry, God.
We're going to talk about what this free agency stuff means to the Rockets, and then we have the NBA Big Three. We're actually going to touch on the Big Three this time. I know we've been neglecting that for a bit, but they've been they've been working for 2 years now. This is their second year, going on their second year. So they're slowly.
Really?
This is their second year. They started in 2017.
But this is their first year actually being broadcast, though?
No, they were broadcasted, but it didn't have that much pub, though. That's the thing.
Was Ice Cube behind it?
Yeah, Ice Cube.
The first year?
He was the one who founded it. He's the founder.
Oh, okay. So I guess he just got more money into it now. And now it's just... Oh, and then he's going to use that money to make...
Yeah. So we're going to...
The new Friday.
What? That would actually be awesome. That would actually be awesome. That's
he'll get enough money just to get Chris Tucker back.
The long con. That'd be
dude. That's gonna be such a.
That'd be so funny.
Old now.
A 2018 version of Friday. That'd be so funny.
It'll be with their kids,
man.
bro.
Yeah, with the kids.
It'll be with their kids.
I know Chris Tucker's still alive too. So hey,
he's still alive, bro. Like what you mean,
dude? He's not Betty White. He's not that old.
Oh no, like him and Ice Cube, bro. Like they look pretty decently young, dog. Like they don't look old.
Chris Tucker
looks like Bernie Mac right now.
Bro, hold on, bro. Cause I'm about to look.
He got some miles on him.
He got some miles on. Wow.
I'm just saying.
While Shamir looks at that, we're going to talk about the Big Three. We're going to talk about just rosters, schedules, just teams, and the whole concept behind it, rules and regulations and stuff. Then we're going to touch on some Texans and NFL news. Got a lot of NFL stuff to talk about. Then we got some Astros news to talk about. Then we're going to touch on boxing and MMA, and then some crazy stuff going on around the world. So, without further ado, let's touch on the World Cup, Sean. Shamir's going to look up Chris Tucker.
My God. So, as everybody knows, France won.
Yes, but
French.
You can clearly see the disparity in talent. Man.
Between them and Croatia?
Yeah, because France was running wild on them.
But Croatia's a really good team, but I feel like Croatia could have had that game.
They could have
had that game, but they slept on them. Slept on them bad.
And that Mbappe, your boy.
Hey man, he's
earning $17.5 million.
He's getting paid.
He's getting paid. Yeah, he gets paid more than Aaron Rodgers right now.
Damn, and he's 19.
Yup.
Them soccer players.
Aaron Rodgers gets paid $12.5 a year.
Y'all might want to make soccer an actual sport.
Shoot, I know, right?
I mean, I'm looking at Chris Tucker. He's just like a little bit round.
He looks like Bernie Mac.
A little bit round. I'm like, how does he look like Bernie Mac? What way does he look like Bernie Mac?
Imagine him wearing a turtleneck and a jacket over it. He would look like Bernie Mac.
You're just racist. Don't worry about it.
That is definitely not racist.
You're just racist.
Cutting that out.
Yeah.
But anyways, Yeah, so the France won. It was a good match, man. That's what I like. Towards the end of these rounds, towards the end of the World Cup, like these games are actually really exciting, and that's what you want to see out of a World Cup.
Well, yeah, because that's when you see everybody trying the hardest.
Yeah, for
the
sure.
closer you get to the.
And it showed with the talent, and it showed with the strategy and stuff like that. So, Shamir.
I'm sorry. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Now I guess that's all we have for the World Cup. Onwards.
We gotta wait another 4 years.
4 years for it, yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
We sent that bitch to Toronto. I'll just start off NBA, bro, because you just take too long. Wow. We sent that bitch over to Toronto. About freaking time. Oh, did not expect that. I did not, and I said on the podcast, I did not think the Spurs were gonna be super petty, but they was.
Let me go through the details of the deal.
And I feel like they won that deal, honestly.
Let me go through the details.
Go ahead.
So, Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green go to,
Okay, but
So
still, at the same time, you say on paper, but like, dude, look, Spurs had a player that didn't want to play.
Yeah, that's true.
And they still got a good deal for him.
Yeah.
And they sent off Danny Green. Like, and Danny Green wasn't bad, but, you know, we got other people for him. And then and then Spurs, like, signed other people, too.
You're the one who said Kawhi and Danny Green were, like, really close,
Yeah.
right? So you think they just sent him off as a pair?
Probably.
You think they're gonna be holding hands and shit?
Well, yeah, I mean.
I'm just saying, like, how close are they? I mean, it's 2018. We can't even. Can't even
Man,
assume
did you see the
genders now.
Instagram post that DeMar DeRozan was posting? What'd you say?
What?
What'd you say?
I don't know.
Dang it. Am I really going to have to rewind this and listen to this? All right,
No,
so-
I said it's 2018. I mean, you can't even assume gender, so who knows?
Yeah. So DeMar DeRozan was very active on Instagram. You're an idiot. Very active on Instagram, and during the trade, he was quoting some stuff on a dark page. He would say, "Little bit of nothing," meaning that's what he was traded for. Soon you'll understand, and then don't disturb. Then the trade hit, and at first it said tweets came out from Chris Haynes saying Kawhi Leonard has no desire to play in Toronto. League sources tell ESPN. So he was dragging that shit all the way to Toronto, too. And meanwhile, DeMar DeRozan has done so much for Toronto. And he's not denying that Masai Ujiri, or their GM, told him that he was a part of their future plans.
Yes.
And
Because that's exactly what happened.
and he got lied to, and he got traded.
Yeah.
So, of course, he has a right to be mad. Of course, like,
But
absolutely.
but look, it's gonna get better because he's with a better organization that can play to his needs. Well, not play to his needs, but like I think a system that fits him a lot better.
Yeah, for sure. Did you see his, or not his apology, but his actual response?
Cool.
He finally responded after so long to his Toronto fans. Because he didn't respond for a long time because he was still processing it and everything. Mm-hmm. But
Probably thought it was.
let me read it to you. It's actually kind of depressing when you read it.
I mean, no, I'm pretty sure he of course, he's not mad at the
Talking about when he
fans.
was giving his thanks to the fans.
Yeah. He says on Instagram, he says, words could never express what you've meant to me. I was just 19 years old. I was just a 19-year-old kid from Compton when we first met, but you took me in and embraced me as one of your own. I'm so grateful for the love and passion that you've given me over the past 9 years. All I ever wanted to do was duplicate it 10 times over just to show my appreciation. Thank you, Toronto. Thank you, Canada. #Comp10. #Prove 'em. That sounds like a dude that got his heart broke, man.
You notice
Cry me
that,
a river, man.
and like you notice he didn't include Drake in that, right? I'm just, but look,
No, well, Drake also shouted him out.
yeah.
Pretty long message.
Now let me go through Toronto's starting lineup now.
Wait, like,
Yeah.
before you say anything else, I owe an apology to DeMar DeRozan. You know what I'm saying? I think, what was it, like 10 episodes ago?
Yeah, when he got swept.
Yeah, when he got swept by LeBron's.
What'd you say?
Oh, you're loving this right now.
What'd you say?
Look, I'm gonna say that I was out of
Just as a
line.
refresher, what'd you say though?
I called you a bitch. I called DeMar DeRozan a bitch and other things. I can't remember exactly. I'm pretty sure somebody one day will pull up the clip.
Who's he play for now?
What is, man, dude? You know what? I can't wait till Carmelo Anthony goes to the Rockets, and then you could take all this shit that you were talking about Melo back. But I apologize. Obviously, that came from a bad place because I believed in you and the team to beat LeBron. Even though LeBron's my favorite player, but I favorite y'all, and to see that disappointment of a series.
I just feel like they didn't. It wasn't because they're not. They weren't a talented team, because they were.
Yeah.
They were technically. I mean, I think this was
But
just by a fluke.
they even said themselves they prepared a whole season to take on LeBron and the Cavs.
Was definitely in the middle of an
No,
apology.
but I didn't think they changed the game plans.
Was definitely
Sorry,
in the middle
go
of
ahead.
apology.
This is what finished our
Definitely in the middle. Now I kind of lost my place. I'm sorry, DeMar. I kind of lost my place right now. But yeah, anyway, I apologize. Like I said, all that came from a bad place. So yeah, I'm the hypocrite, and I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch for saying that.
No lies detected, man.
Yeah, I'm a bitch for saying that, because obviously you play the sport, I don't. So who am I to judge? I'm just a guy sitting at a desk with a podcast.
If only every other sports writer and sports commentator said the same thing whenever they got something wrong.
Yeah. Oh no, man.
No, but they can never admit it. They can never admit it.
Not good for ratings.
They can never admit it. Yeah, that's not good for no, it shows right.
I guess integrity and humility.
That goes out the window.
Yeah, no.
That doesn't count.
Yeah. Yeah, I take back everything I said. I'm a bitch. I apologize. All right.
But that's your boy now.
Let's go. Yeah, that's my boy. That's my boy. And to further that apology, I will get a jersey.
What do you like about his game?
He's calm. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's
calm.
really. Honestly, I really think he has a high basketball IQ, and then I think that actually fits very well with the Spurs. It's gonna be close to seeing maybe like Tony Parker back on, like a younger Tony Parker back on the back on the Spurs. So, and I think with Tony Parker gone, you know what I mean. I mean, that's fine. It sucks, but that's fine, because we got DeMar DeRozan to kind of take up that spot. Well, it's really to take up
Murray too.
But yeah, and DeJounte Murray, but it's really he's taking Kawhi's spot. So it's going to end up being Rich team. It's going to be Rich and DeMar DeRozan. It's going to be both their team.
Yeah,
it's both of their teams. You know what I'm saying?
Around them,
yeah, everybody around them is going to support them.
Now let me go through the rosters for the Raptors and the Spurs. We'll go through the Spurs.
Go ahead.
We got DeMar DeRozan, Manu Ginobili, Lonnie Walker, LaMarcus Aldridge. Still got Paul Gasol, DeJounte Murray, Marco Bellinelli, Rudy Gay, Patty Mills, Derek White, Davis Bertrands, Bryn Forbes, Brandon Paul, Chinezi Metu, Darren Hilliard, Matt Costello, and Jacob Poeltl.
And you said Dante
Cunningham?
Cunningham, right?
Yeah, he just signed today, though.
Yeah. I'm just saying, yeah.
Yeah, so that's their roster is looking pretty decent.
Well, no, they signed him like a couple of days ago, but yeah.
He did?
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is just...
No, I'm just saying.
So, let's go over Toronto.
He's 6'8", dude. That's another big man.
That's a big dude.
That's another big man.
Yeah.
So, I can see Rich getting some breaks now. You know what I'm saying?
Which he needs.
Or I could see them running both big men at the same time, kind of like, like New Orleans Pelicans used to do last season. Bro, that'd be sick.
With the Twin Towers?
Yeah, with the Twin Towers. And bro, Pop could do that. Pop used to do it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he can run some plays through that. I'm just saying, dude, that's gonna be crazy.
Can you imagine David Aldridge and Tim Duncan playing together? I wish I was older enough to appreciate that.
Wait, you said David Aldridge?
You mean LaMarcus?
You mean David Robinson?
David Robinson, sorry.
Oh, David Robinson.
What are you
talking
about?
David Aldridge is a reporter.
Yeah, he is. And I hate him too.
They played together.
Yeah, they played 1 or 2 years together, right?
Yeah, so I wish I was old enough to
When did Tim get drafted? In '99?
Tim got drafted in '99, and I think they won that year.
Yeah, man.
He won on his first year.
Yeah.
And Robinson got a ring.
Yeah, Robinson. Could you imagine that, man? Just that,
bro. That's
going
that's
up
insane.
against that. That's a death,
bro. It's just like,
isn't Robinson Olajuwon's son?
Wow.
I mean,
wow.
But Robinson respected Akeem. Akeem worked any center that posted on him.
For sure.
Got him good.
But it's but you gotta understand, back then that was big men was on a pedestal.
Oh, yeah,
you needed a big man, you know what I'm saying? And I figured, and now, these past couple of seasons, it's been all about guards, point guards especially, But you can kind of see like there's a shift now, especially I want to say due to Anthony Davis and LaMarcus Aldridge and
Karl Anthony Towns,
and honestly I would say DeMarcus Cousins too.
Fuck that guy.
But there's going to be like a shift towards big men again. Yeah. Hopefully, because I want to see that '90s era basketball come back just about a little bit
into post-up players.
But I feel like
but at the same time, but is it like at the same time? It's like it's kind of hard to say that because every team shoots threes, and it kind of like diminishing the role of a big man. You know what I mean? But it's only like unless like a big man. But it's like it's only if like a big man can like actually shoot. They got to start making their own shots.
Yeah, that's true, and they got to come out and defend too, man.
Yeah, dude,
because they switch on them big time,
and they had to come out far, like outside the paint. They had to come out
that's
far.
Strategy. They drag them.
Oh
out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So let me go over that Toronto lineup now, just so you get like a feeler for what they're looking like right now. They got Kawhi Leonard, Kyle Lowry, OG Anunoby. They still got Jonas.
Did they have Kyle Lowry?
Yeah, he's big time.
They locked him up.
When?
I
think last year, the year
before. Him and DeRozan were named the Trash Bros.
The Trash Bros.
Sorry, but that's just their name.
You said Kyle Lowry?
Kyle Lowry.
This little short dude.
I'm tripping.
He used to play with the Rockets a few years ago.
Him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I must be thinking of somebody else. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So Kyle Lowry, OG Anunoby, Jonas Valanciunas. They signed Fred VanVleet.
Dude, that's solid. That's a solid guy right there.
Pascal Siakam, Serge Ibaka, Lucas Nogueira, Norman Powell, Dion Wright, C.J. Miles, Malcolm Miller, Malachi Richardson, and Danny Green.
Salary.
So that's a solid lineup. I like Toronto.
It's solid, but is this?
You think they can?
I hope not.
Stand with Boston?
No, absolutely not.
Even with that roster?
Like you could put Boston in the West, and Boston is probably number 2 still, like straight up, or 3.
Possibly.
Like straight up.
Yeah.
Like straight up. Like, dude, Boston is solid.
Yeah, they're solid.
Like even more than solid. Like they're so fucking dense. But it's insane.
Now we just recently found out that Alex Len also signed a 2-year deal worth $8.5 million to the Atlanta Hawks. So Alex Len,
is Atlanta Hawks going to do something this year? Because they're literally like the Browns, but they made so many moves.
They're building. They're still building.
Yeah.
Also, Michael Beasley to the Lakers, 1 year, $3.5 million.
That's a good bet, man. That's a good bet.
This team is this kind of reminds me of the Expendables.
There's just so many different type players on there.
Yeah, it's the Expendables where nobody wants them, and so everybody just goes to LA, right?
Yeah.
Because it's LeBron, of course, everybody wanted him, and then it's just a bunch of everybody else's, Because their lineup right now, it's LeBron James, Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, Rajon Rondo, Kyle Kuzma, Lance Stevenson, Svitslav Michuliuk, JaVale McGee, Moritz Wagner, Andre Ingram, Luol Deng. He's still on the books. Luol Deng is still on their books.
Really?
That's crazy. That
what's his? I gotta look him up.
Look up his
I don't think the Lakers lineup is as bad as we make it sound.
Yeah,
I really don't.
There's a lot of misfits there because Rondo had issues with Rondo. He had issues with JaVale, Shaqtin' a Fool guy. Imagine if Brandon Knight was on that team as well.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It'd be a bunch of misfits. Then they got Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, decent player. Isaac Bonga, Travis Ware, Gary Payton II, Ivica Zubac, and Alex Caruso.
Didn't they waive Ellis? Not Ellis. What's his name? One of the point guards. He used to play with Houston, and then he went to the Lakers. Oh God, what was his name?
I don't know.
I think his name is. It wasn't. That's Tyler. Ulyss is the one that got traded from.
You're talking about Ennis.
Ennis. Tyler Ennis, right?
Yeah, he got waived. He got waived a while back because they were clearing up space for LeBron. Now another thing in free agency is the whole Carmelo trade. So he got traded to the Hawks in a 3-team deal. Let me go through the details of that.
What was that? Before you do that, what was that player that I was looking up his salary right now?
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope?
No.
Luol Deng.
Luol Deng, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So here's the details of that 3-team trade. The Oklahoma City Thunder have agreed to trade Forward Carmelo Anthony to the Atlanta Hawks, where he will be waived and become a free agent. League sources says the Houston Rockets are the front runners to sign Anthony, who is also considering the Miami Heat. League sources said the Hawks will reportedly buy out Anthony's contract, which will make him an unrestricted free agent if he clears waivers. The Thunder could have saved $107 million with the waive and stretch provision on Anthony's $27.9 million contract, but hunted a trade that allows them to save slightly less money and improve the roster. The stretch provision would have added a $9 million plus per year to the Thunder's payroll for the next 3 years, dead money that could not be moved off the cap. The Thunder's projected luxury tax bill, meanwhile, will drop from $150 million to $88.8 million, saving them more than $61 million. The Thunder will save an additional $11 million with Schroeder's $15.5 million contract and the $1.5 million cap hit on Luau Cabarrot. The Thunder's payroll will stand at $148.7 million after the Anthony and Muscala deals. So here's my take on the Thunder. The Thunder sacrificed their future so that they could win now.
Yeah.
Because they cheaped out in the past with Harden, right?
Yeah, big time.
And they bit the bullet for that. So they tried.
And then they let KD
They tried to overspend this time, and now they overspent, and they got bit.
Yep.
By Carmelo. So Carmelo, he went to Atlanta, and they're gonna waive him. So he just got $27 million.
But Atlanta's paying that.
Yeah, Atlanta's paying it. So he got $27 million to not do anything.
They're getting a pick out of that, and then they're getting...
Yeah, they got Mike Muscala. The Thunder got Schroeder. Now, the Thunder can save even more money because Schroeder is facing a felony charge. Because he got into that fight.
But he's missing 24 games or something.
Yeah, but because he's an immigrant.
Oh, shit.
So if he gets deported, that's more money they don't have to pay, right?
So, but how does that fall in the contract, though?
Exactly.
I don't think
I think they would just count it as retired.
Not retired, but he'd have to get paid, no?
I think.
You think there's a clause in the contract?
I think something like that. Yeah, if you get caught in a crime, you don't have to pay him. I don't think. Yeah. So that's what they're doing. The pick that the Thunder are sending to the Hawks is a 2022 lottery protected first rounder 1 through 14. If it doesn't convey, it'll become 2 second rounders. Muscala also goes to the... Where did he go? I think he went to the Hawks? No. He was on the Hawks. I think he went to the Thunder too. So this is... So the Thunder, I guess they got saved by the skin of their teeth because it could have been really bad for them.
It's already bad.
Yeah, it's already bad, but it could be worse.
Them locking up Paul George was just like, I don't know. That was desperateness right there.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
dude,
they're trying to win.
Luol Deng got 4 years, $72 million.
Yeah.
And
what year are we on right now?
He's not a unrestricted free agent until 2020, dude. So he has 2 more years. He's getting paid. So starting in 2016, he was getting paid $18 million, and then 17, 18, which is a year that he didn't play. He didn't play at all, right? $17 million to not play. And then if he doesn't play again next year, that's $18 million, and then $18 million again.
What? So I think they'd rather buy this contract than this.
You can't buy that.
You can't buy that. That's so much money.
Dude, they gotta pay the guy.
It's the Lakers, but they got it.
But they're paying.
They got it.
They just paid LeBron $154 million.
Just ask Jagger Nicholson for a handout.
Oh my gosh, not gonna do that. Anyways,
that's crazy how that works though. Like he's not playing, but they're still paying him. What was the whole controversy on that? I never really.
He got injured and they had some kind of dispute, and then he just didn't show up. I think
you can't just not show up.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, because like you can't just not show up to work and not get fired.
With shit like that pops off.
But if they fire him, they're breaching the contract and they got to pay him anyway.
But how is he not breaching the contract?
I don't know.
If he's not showing up to work,
there's got to be some kind of disclosures or something.
Yeah, sure. Because his agent is the best agent ever.
With them losing that much money on him that they could be using on somebody else, with him not playing, dude, that's just wasting money.
Exactly,
bro.
For sure. Give me some of that. $17 million.
Forget that, bro. He has the best agent.
He's getting paid to exist. He's like on that Kardashian stuff right now. Some other deals that are going on. Marcus Smart got a 4-year, $52 million deal from the Celtics. They finally locked their boy up.
Took him a while.
Which is good, yeah. It took him a while. I think they were just trying to test the market or whatever. But he got lockdowns. And also another deal is forward Nemanja Bjelica has agreed to a 3-year, $20.5 million deal with the Sacramento Kings. Now, what this means for the Rockets is that Marcus Smart and this Bjelica kid, those are the last two restricted free agents outside of Capella. So right now they signed for respectively $52 million and $20.5 million, right? Mm-hmm. So nobody else has enough money because Sacramento just paid him $20.5, right? So they don't have enough money to give Capella the contract that he wants. So now all the leverage is in the Rockets, because he was like, y'all better pay me this or somebody else will. Well, that somebody else isn't because the Sacramento Kings just took their money out of the drawing, right? So now the Rockets don't have to pay him that $85 million that he wants. They could be like, all right, we'll give you 60. Yeah. Hell, we'll even give you 54. Something like that, anything like that, because they have all the leverage.
That and because of all like the BS he pulled.
Yes.
Like really?
Exactly.
All right.
But on the flip side of that, if he's pissed that they're doing that to them, he could just sign the qualifying offer, play for like $5-6 million this season, and then be an unrestricted free agent next season, and then do whatever he wants, and we have no chance. We can't match. We can't have a protected like matching clause. Yeah. He just goes wherever he wants to go.
Dude, he has the same agent as Demo, bro.
Exactly. So that's what I'm scared of. If this goes to qualifying offer, this is a failure. Capella is really pivotal and instrumental in what we're trying to do here in Houston.
So you think you can't get a written record without him?
Who's going to replace him?
I'm asking, do you think you cannot get a written record without him?
No.
Even though you have James Harden,
we need a big man. Paul, we need a big man that can
even though you have Chris Paul and James Harden and like that whole bench, you still think you can't get Bow Wow? Can compare all? That's crazy. That's insane.
Because look,
because you could get Bow Wow, Chris Paul. You could actually get Bow.
Who's our center though?
You can get another center.
Who?
It's a dime a dozen.
That can defend like Capella does?
Oh, I'm sorry. They're still playing in college. My bad.
Yeah, they're still playing in college. Exactly.
Jesus, damn, you can wait. Shit. Yeah, I'm saying you literally have 4 years.
But if
you literally have 4 years.
But the thing is that you also got, you got Chris. Chris is already at the backstretch of his career. In order to compete with the Warriors now, this is like you only have a certain window. Mm-hmm. You have a certain group of guys, and
that window closes so fast on you, man.
Yeah, because trying to compete with the Warriors is like
it's the Spurs time. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
I hope they'd sign him, man, because we were so close last season, and we had all the pieces in place. Now we just upgraded to of downgraded defensively, but maybe we're upgrading offensively, and so we
tell Clint to get up off the pot, like straight up,
because he's the only one that can defend the guards when they switch, because they're inevitably going to switch. Mm-hmm. To the big man, right? And they're going to try to cross him up, do whatever, have their way.
But you got Clint thinking he's worth $100 million.
I don't know. Not anymore.
You don't think he's worth $100 million. I know you don't think he's worth $100 million.
He's worth at least 60 to me.
Yeah.
But he doesn't believe that.
I mean, I don't know why he wants so much. I don't know why these. I get when
it's the agent, bro. I'm telling you, it's the agent.
No, that too. But I get when players nowadays they're worried about their money. The thing is, dude, you're making more money than you're. Obviously, more than your average American or anybody at that. Yeah, dude, why do you get so greedy with the money, though, man? And then I hear people saying, I've heard people comment on stuff like, "Oh, so and so is getting $17 million for 2 years. Oh, how is he supposed to eat?" I'm like, if you can't eat with $17 million,
then
I don't know what the hell's wrong with you.
Like that apocalypse needs to come sooner,
dude. I can do so much with. Imagine us. If somebody offered us 1.2 for a vet, what can you think of the things you can do with 1.2?
I'll stretch that 17. I'll stretch that 17 and make 20 out of it.
If you're smart enough, you'd invest in that.
For real.
For sure.
You gotta understand, like a lot of these NBA cats never worked a day in their life.
Like they want
dude.
all the money they can get.
Yeah.
Like if Like if that shit's not gonna go, they just need to invest.
And it's that,
They
and,
need to invest.
and then everybody around them is telling them yes. They got a lot of yes
They got a
men
yes,
around.
yes man, yeah.
Yeah, there's no people to say.
Yeah,
Nah.
but I think this new era of NBA players are a little bit smarter. Like that Jaylen Brown kid from Celtics, he actually holds these these seminars for like the tech industry and stuff for investors and stuff like that. And so he gets a bunch of his peers, a bunch of his other players and stuff, and he's like, "This is where the market is going right now. Y'all should invest in this." Mm-hmm. I mean, when you have a bunch of money, why not invest in stuff that can bring you like a return on investment?
Exactly.
So, I mean, I feel like, players aren't dumb anymore. Like Shaq in his rookie year when he blew like $100 million or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they're evolving, every year. So we'll see how that goes.
So I'm looking right here at Clay's and Draymond. Clay's about to be a free agent next season.
Mm-hmm.
Not this season, but next season.
Yep.
So he's going to want a max, but I don't think they're going to have enough money for him.
Mm-hmm.
They're not.
And then Draymond is not over till 2020, and then he's an unrestricted free agent.
Yeah.
So
One of them's not going to take a pay cut, man. I feel like one of them's going to want the max, and they can't max both of them.
well, it ain't DeMarcus, I'll tell you that.
No, I think I believe you. What was I saying? Man, I forgot my train of thought. What was I saying?
Yeah, I was distracting.
What was
distracting Justin
what was
with
I saying,
something.
Sean? What was I saying?
Oh, we were talking about the whole Clay and Draymond thing. Them money maxes and shit.
Yeah, they won't max because they can't. I mean, they can only max so many people, right?
Yeah, you don't have enough money.
You can't max on 5 players. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
you can't. And DeMarcus Cousins, I feel like this season is just like a rehab season for him.
Yeah.
Because they don't need to start him; he could just get better on his own. And they'll.
Really
I
doesn't
feel
need
like
to play till
because
playoffs.
it's an Achilles. Yeah, he really only has to play at playoffs, and then he'll still be kind of rusty at that point.
Yeah.
So it's not as bad.
But
as,
like a rusty DeMarcus
I've
Cousins is
seen- I've
better
seen-
than most.
I've seen no, but the thing is that don't get me wrong, he's a great player. I've seen him play, but I just the way I get his he be getting his feelings a lot, and he lets that dude. He let a guy like Patrick Beverley get under his skin.
Yeah.
A guy that's like a fourth of his size.
he let Kevin Durant get under his skin.
Yeah, because I remember that one time Patrick Beverley just did a little small shove on him.
And he got mad,
He
yeah.
checked him. He shoulder checked him.
Yeah.
And dude, he got mad. Like
you can see,
bro,
you can see
Yeah, I
Patrick.
seen that video.
DeMarcus Cousins getting mad.
Yeah, because Patrick Beverley knew he was going to get
And
him
Patrick
mad.
Beverley was
He
smiling
just smirked.
too. He was smiling too. Yeah.
And DeMarcus like, bro, do that again. It's like, bro, you shouldn't even like.
For real.
It's like a kid, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like his attitude is gonna kind of.
He's a new
Yeah,
crybaby Perkins,
but I mean,
bro.
if Steve Kerr
Big Baby Perkins.
if Steve Kerr can handle Draymond Green, I feel like he can handle Boogie Cousins.
But like, what is the definition of handle?
Well,
Like,
put him in
How does
check.
somebody handle?
I don't know
Draymond
about
Green?
that because he's not easy to like.
That's what
talk
I'm saying.
to
Like,
and shit.
how does somebody handle Draymond Green? Like, has Draymond Green been handled? It doesn't seem like that to me. It doesn't seem like
but he
that.
gets
It's because
he gets a pass from all the referees. Though.
this new era of NBA, not like back then, like the rules are stricter. So, like, you know how back then you see all these real fights? These days it's just like, what's up, just talking.
Yeah.
And these refs get all in the way, and they're so dramatic, and nothing happens.
Yeah.
I wish it was like back in the day.
I know he should have had so many technicals during the Rockets Warriors
There
series.
should have been so many fights. Like, there should have been so many. Like,
It's
the
entertaining.
Westbrook and the Rent, that should have been a fight. I'm sorry. That should have been a
It's
fight.
entertaining.
It is entertaining.
I mean, it is entertaining, but it's like,
But
if you feel like,
Yeah, but
because
they-
if this
they-
was the 90s, there would have been so many
Yeah,
fights.
but these
Yeah.
players ain't trying to fight because they'll
No,
find
of
them
course
so
not.
bad. They'll find them so bad, and
That's what
They
holds
got
them
the
back.
money to do it, though.
and half of them don't know how to
Like,
fight.
because some of them getting like $200 million. Bro,
Yeah.
you got the money.
Yeah, but half of them don't know how to fight, and they don't want to get slapped on the court in front of all those
You
cameras.
know who can fight?
Who?
Joe Johnson.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh.
Just kidding.
I heard David West can
No,
actually fight because he's
Johnson.
like boxes.
Johnson from Miami, he can fight.
Oh yeah, he's like
He's a black belt
James
jiu-jitsu.
Johnson.
James Johnson.
Yo, black belt in karate
No, jiu-jitsu.
and jiu-jitsu. Yeah.
I
Both
feel
of them,
like
both.
Yeah, I seen.
Joe Green could fight, bro. I was like, honestly,
Joe
Yeah,
Green,
but
because
he has
he's-
that. He has that hood fighting though. He has that hood.
No, but I'm talking about I'm talking about.
Well, you throwing them haymakers from like behind you. Yeah,
Nah, but James Johnson from Miami, he's
he's
actually a guy.
legit. He legit like MMA.
Yeah, I
for
seen
real.
dudes buck up to him, and I know he can fight, and I was like, bro, I
And he
buck up
doesn't
to him.
like because I remember Serge Ibaka like punched him, and he was just like, Didn't even flinch. And
Yeah.
Serge Ibaka's a big dude.
He ate that.
Yeah, he ate that punch, yeah. So, yeah, that's all we got for free agency so far. We'll monitor that Clint Capella situation, if any more signings. There's a lot of free agents that are still out there, but no one's willing to fork the money out for most of them. So they might end up in this Big 3 league that we're going to talk about next.
Don't say that about Clint Capella.
No, Clint Capella's not going to end up in the Big 3. Clint Capella's going to get... You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. If Clint Capella goes to the Big 3, that's when all hell is breaking loose.
I can't imagine. That should be so funny.
I know, right? He was just yam on all of them. Anyways, so we've been wanting to talk about this league for a while. The Big 3, where most retired or semi-retired players go to play.
Or players that couldn't last in the NBA.
That's true, but it's kind of entertaining, man.
It
The
is
whole
entertaining.
concept.
Freaking Nate Robinson popping off, dog.
Yeah, let me break out like the just basic introduction of it. The Big 3, a professional 3-on-3 league co-founded by Ice Cube and populated by a myriad of ex-NBA stars, has entered its second season. The league began its 10-week season last Friday in Houston. Each regular season date will feature 4 consecutive games, so each team will have to play each week. Playoffs will be held on August 17th, with the championship on the following week on August 24th. The addition of a second co-captain roster spot has allowed even more ex-NBA players to sign up, including newcomers Amari Stoudemire, Metta World Peace, and Baron Davis. Last season's title went to Trilogy, which will return 5 of its players, including 2017 champion MVP Rashad McCants. Below is a summer Big 3 action. So there's a full schedule. There's 10 weeks. It started June 22nd at Toyota Center. Right now, what is it, June 21st? So July 21st. So yesterday they had a game in Miami for week 5. So it's available how to watch it. You can watch it on Fox for weeks 2, 3, 9, and 10. And then weeks 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are on FS1. So look out for that. It's a good league. I have the rosters and everything up. We're not going to go through it. I'm just going to go over the team names. We have the Three-Headed Monsters, which is coached by Gary Payton. We have Threes Companies, which is coached by Michael Cooper. We have Ball Hogs, which is coached by Rick Barry. Ghost Ballers, which is coached by George Jervin. Killer Threes, which is coached by Charles Oakley. Power, which is coached by Nancy Lieberman. Tri-State, which is coached by Julius Irving. Trilogy, coached by Rick Mahorn. And that's all the teams so far. So,
Of course, there'll be a lot of like freaking like 3 names.
Yeah, for sure.
Trilogy,
yeah.
Tri-State.
Let me go over the rules real quick. The rules of Big 3. Okay, so here's how it goes. Big 3 games will include conventional 2- and 3-point shots. However, an added wrinkle is the 4-point shot, which can be attempted by one of 3 designated circles 30 feet beyond the basket. Under these scoring parameters, games will hit halftime when one team reaches 30 points. A winner is declared once a team reaches 60 points with a win by 2 rule in effect, so they play to deuces. As far as foul shots goes, any shooting foul on a 2-point attempt will yield a conventional free throw attempt worth 2 points from 15 feet. On a 3-point shooting foul, players will attempt a freebie worth 3 points from the top of the arc. The same logic applies for fouls that occur in the 4-point shooting circle. So instead of the number of free throws, they have to go to the arc and they have to shoot 1 shot. And if they make that 1 shot, they get that 3-point shot. Or if they get fouled on a 4-point shot, they shoot from the 4-point shot all by themselves, like a free throw, but from that spot. And if they make it, they get all 4. If they miss it, they don't get all 4. So there's no guaranteed free throw. So you can't play like, fishing for the 3-point foul. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, because it's only half court.
Yeah, it's a half-court game. Speaking of fouls, there are no personal fouls in Big 3 play. Rather, all fouls are credited to the team. Once a team reaches 5 fouls and a half, all additional fouls will yield 2 free throws and the ball to the opposition. When it comes to the flow of the game, fans will notice a general pickup game vibe. For example, as Team A scores on Team B, at that point, Team B will return to the top of the key and switch to offense. In other words, it follows the loser take format, not the winner's take. So it's not make it, take it. It's the other team gets the ball once you make your point. So they switch possessions each and every time, just like conventional basketball. On clearances, players must make sure they have both feet behind the 3-point line before initiating a new offensive position. So they can't start into sets unless all three of them are on the three-point line. It's stressed that when a defensive rebounder clears the ball, he's required to clear the lane and reestablish himself before his team's shot or pass hits the rim. There are also penalties when offensive players linger in the lane for at least 3 seconds, so that's a 3-second violations. Also, it's half court, and both coaches are allowed to stand behind the half court where half court starts. So both coaches are mic'd up. They're allowed to stay at the sides, and there's a midline right there, so they're not allowed to pass that into each other's sides. The benches are on the far sides too, so there's no near side, far side. They're both right over there. They're mic'd up, which I like a lot because hearing the coaches can't like banter and stuff and just them talking trash is so great. Now, like I said, when I'm listing the coaches, Gary Payton is a coach, and Gary Payton was known for talking shit, right?
Always
now,
has.
I want to play you an audio clip of Gary Payton real quick.
You're going to be my cheerleader. That's what you're going to be. My cheerleader. Boy, you ain't talking about nothing. You ain't nothing. Boy, all you do is run around and suck on everybody else. Sucker. You a sucker.
Gary Payton, Mike Versailles.
He laying wood on your ass. He laying wood on your ass. Get it, man. You're weak. Weak ass. Get your weak ass out of here.
You think Gary Payton and Michael Jordan going at it? Yeah, I used to see it.
Man, so he's talking to Dante Jones, which was he was one of the role players on LeBron's Cavs, and Gary Payton is saying, "Man, you a sucker. All you do is suck on other people," because Dante Jones is basically ring chasing, and he went and followed LeBron and stuff like that. So he's calling him a sucker, and it's so cool because I'd always see like when Gary Payton was playing, you just hear his mouth wagging, but you wouldn't know what he says. So he'd say stuff like that, and it's not even that bad. Like he's not even cussing that bad. But that's like if it's directed at you, that's the stuff that'll make your blood boil, you know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to see how the coaches are mic'd up and everything. It's a good league. I recommend everybody that's listening to watch it. I laid the schedule out for you, so feel free to watch. Let's move on. Let's move on to the Texans. Training camp is coming up soon. The Texans will start training camp at the Greenbrier in West Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. The Texans will be in West Virginia from July 26th to August 7th. After that, they'll travel to Kansas City to face the Chiefs for the first preseason opener. So here's the schedule for training camp. Thursday, July 26th at 10:40 a.m. to 1:10. Friday, July 27th, same time. Saturday, July 28th, same time. Saturday, July 29th, same time. Then they get Monday off. Then Tuesday all the way through Friday, same times. Saturday through Sunday. Well, Sunday, same time, and then Monday off, and then the schedule just goes on until their preseason games. So anybody that's out there in West Virginia, feel free to hit them up. Some of them are free, some of them are closed. Everything is good. Deshaun Watson is a full go for training camp. There's a bunch of videos on Twitter of him doing ladder drills and stuff, and that knee looks strong.
Okay, so I think
He's gonna have he don't have a brace on anymore, no?
No brace?
Okay, guys.
Oh,
Now,
boy.
let's take a moment and pray.
Yes.
Pray for Deshaun Watson and Houston Texans.
Protect
okay?
the knees.
We got guys a moment to all of us bow your heads, please. We're
gathered here today.
In this room,
Mm-hmm.
and we pray for Deshaun Watson
Yes, Lord.
and his knee,
We ask that the higher beings above.
Oh my God, he's giving a sermon just like Jesus.
and we hope he stays healthy for all 16 games.
Yes, Lord.
This season,
Mm-hmm.
and that's about it. Amen.
Amen. Okay. Woo.
Amen. All right, now that we got that out of the way, man, this season, I'm so excited about this season, man.
I don't think I've ever been this excited about football season.
Yes, I just
Well,
got
I
this.
was so excited when I was watching the first 5 games of his.
Dude, I
I was just like,
dude, sometimes I
We
find
can do
myself,
it.
Dude, I watch those Deshaun Watson highlights on YouTube. They have like a highlight reel of just his first like 5 games that he plays, all the highlights of him.
Yeah.
Bro, it's not healthy for me.
Guys, look. October 7th is your birthday. You gotta decide what you're gonna do. Because
I'm going
on your
second.
birthday, the Cowboys and Texans are playing.
Oh my gosh.
here in Houston.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Bro, you have to decide because we need to buy these tickets like
It's an evening.
ASAP.
It's an evening game.
Yes.
It's Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
Yes.
Prime time. No
Bro, you see what I'm saying? Like, dude, you better figure out something.
Yeah.
Because we need to get these tickets now.
We're gonna do it.
Like I need you to understand that. By August, we should have these tickets.
Yeah, for sure.
'Cause I do not want to miss that game, dude.
Yeah,
I do not want to miss that
Let's
game.
do it. And we'll try to get decent seats too. I'm not
Yes.
talking about like nosebleeds.
Yes, bro.
Yeah. So let's move on to the NFL. Julio Jones has been seeking a contract extension, but the Falcons are adamant that they're not going to budge. They're just going to let him ride out his contract, and then they're going to deal with it then. Julio, Julio doesn't know how good he has it.
Really don't.
Because he has a competent quarterback. And, Julio is a good receiver. I'm not taking anything like that away from him, but
You wouldn't be where you at
he's
right
getting
now.
he's getting to diva status, and it's like really fast. He's getting to diva status.
And he wouldn't be where he is right now without freaking goddamn can't remember his name.
Not Matt. Oh my gosh,
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan, yeah. Without Matt Ryan,
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. He's been hanging out with T.O. a lot, so
That's
what
already
everybody
bad.
thinks.
Oh, yeah.
That's already
everybody
bad,
thinks
dude.
that's what it is. He's hanging out with T.O. a lot, and T.O. is telling him he's worth more. You're worth more than that. You don't got to stick with them. You deserve
my
so much
God.
better.
Like, T.O.,
No, just
like-
leave him, girl. Just leave him.
Yeah,
Can't stand those people, man.
yeah.
Just leave him. You're so much better. You just come out with me, girl. It's
God,
messy.
there's so many hot guys.
There's so many hot guys.
God dang it.
You don't need to stay with him, girl. You're so beautiful, and he's so you're so much better than him.
And then like a week before that, she was talking all good about
Yeah,
him.
she was like, "Oh my gosh, you have the best. You have the best boyfriend. I'm so jealous.
I'm so proud of you.
So annoying."
Okay, it was fucking gay.
Yeah, let's get back to it. Okay.
Hey, man, that
So,
was y'all doing that.
more NFL news. John Gruden, he was asked about Khalil Mack, who Khalil Mack is, he's one of their best defensive players, and he's, on the cusp of leaving. They quoted him, and he said, quote, "That might be the toughest decision I have to figure out right now. We're not the only team that's faced that. It's tough. It's part of this business, and we'll just keep our fingers crossed." So that doesn't sound like a very solid, concrete answer.
And, like, no
to
confidence in that.
No confidence
At
in
all.
that. And, John Gruden's supposed to be this, their second coming of Jesus and, turn that franchise around and make them come back to their winning ways. So if he lets Khalil Mack walk, that's his first L in his second tenure as the Raiders coach, I feel, because Khalil Mack is a talent and he's a treasure.
Yes.
You pay that man whatever he wants.
Whatever he wants.
Because he's so good. He's so good. And if they let him walk, it's bad.
We're about to find out.
About to find out. Yep. What else we got in NFL news?
Doo-doo.
Daryl Revis is finally retiring. That boy should retire 3 years ago, man. It was so bad. That whole stint with the Chiefs was really bad. He's going to sign a one-day deal with the Jets, and he's going to retire with the Jets.
One-day deal?
A one-day deal. Retire with the Jets.
So,
once
because he wants his jersey retired, the Jets. Okay.
Yep. So,
Sure. All right.
hell of a season for him. This coming from Chris Ballard on Twitter. Andrew Luck is good to go for training camp. Who knows where he is? How
That's
his
another
arm
guy that just fell
Fell
off
off.
the radar, man.
Yep.
He was just such a big name,
And don't get me wrong, he was good.
he was good. He was better than what we had.
Yeah.
But he got hurt continuously.
continuously. Yeah,
It was that shoulder, huh?
Because he was being reckless, man. He's a quarterback. You need your body. And
Yeah, but it was like
but he's a big
with the
dude,
team he
though.
had now, it was like I could get why he was trying to do more, than what he should have. But
For sure, yeah.
yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, a lot of things are shaking up right now. I think the NFL gonna be really excited. Honestly, dude, I think everybody's sleeping on it, but I'm really excited to see what the Browns are gonna do.
Hopefully.
I'm really excited to see what
they're
that's
at least a competent team.
Yeah, I want to see what's gonna happen with that team.
Okay. But don't get too excited because this is what
Well, okay.
Todd Gurley is saying. He's saying
Buzzkill.
players must prepare for an NFL lockout in 2021. Now,
Well, okay, it's not 2021 yet,
yeah,
so
but, I mean,
it's kind of far off.
just when Deshaun Watson is getting into his. Anyways, Los Angeles Rams
I'm
running
tired of
back Todd
lockouts.
Gurley thinks the NFL Players Association should be prepared for a lockout when the current collective bargaining agreement expires after the 2020 season. Per Cameron DeSilva of the Rams Wire, Gurley explained the need for a unified front if the players are going to keep fighting for more guaranteed money in their contracts. Quote, "For right now, we just need to come together and be prepared," he said. "You always have to be prepared. We'll just come together, pull up a couple of different ideas, and go on from there. You definitely always have to be prepared for certain situations." Now, he does have a point because the NFL is like the only sport of the big three sports that has the least amount of guaranteed money. Yeah, they get money, but it's spread out through the years. And the NFL does have the most devastating injuries of all the other sports, right?
Right.
And so when they get injured, none of that money is guaranteed. If they don't play in year 3, they're not getting year 3's money, right? That's just dead money. It's gone. So they're fighting for more guaranteed money so that they get better assurance that, hey, I'm still going to get paid even if shit hits the fan, you know?
Right.
So I understand where he's arguing from, but, like, for it to reach, like, lockout level points, like, come on, man. Like, we already went through this lockout season, remember? And I think it was, like, 2015, 2014? Something like that. When was the last lockout?
The 2014, 2013.
Something like that, yeah, where it's like a shorter season, or no, preseason.
Oh, my gosh, dude. That was scary. And then, like, I think the season after that, the NBA went on lockout, and we're just like, what is happening?
What is happening? Yeah, it was bad.
Oh, my God.
All sports are about to be locked out.
Shoot. I don't know about baseball, but
It's the apocalypse. But, yeah.
Man, that's going to cost them so much money. They need to fix that.
Yeah. Speaking of money issues and stuff, the Packers have made no meaningful process with Aaron Rodgers on his contract extension. Now, Aaron Rodgers has been kind of upset with them lately because he wasn't on board with the whole Jordy Nelson trade that happened, and they haven't really consulted him on their free agency acquisitions and draft stuff. So there could be problems in paradise for Packerland. And Aaron Rodgers is a talent. I'm sure people will fork
there's
up.
problems in Green Bay. There's problems with the Patriots. Bro, this is everybody's time right now.
Everybody's saying,
This is everybody's time right
it's going
now.
to be shaking up, man. A lot of people are going to go different ways. Yeah.
Especially in AOC right now. Yeah.
A big shake up there. Some other news. The AP Associated Press tweeted out on the 19th that Miami Dolphins to discipline players who protest during national anthem with suspensions, fines,
stupid.
or both.
That's so stupid.
They're the first team to come out and actually say that amidst all this anthem protest stuff this season. Then the joint NFL and NFL Players Association put out a statement saying, "We have come to a standstill agreement on the NFLPA's grievance and on the NFL's anthem policy. No new rules relating to the anthem will be issued or enforced for the next several weeks while these confidential discussions are ongoing." Man, look, I understand why like the protests are happening. I understand that it's bringing awareness, but I feel like the NFL is just handling this the completely wrong way.
Oh my God!
Like they were like, if you want to protest the anthem, just stay in the locker room. Like, what?
That's like, I don't even know how to put that in comparison. Like,
yeah, like that. Like when they came up with like that compromise that they put out like a couple of months ago, like saying like if you want to protest,
that's
the anthem,
like
just stay in the
basically telling a protester that's out to the White House to be like, if you want to protest
at home.
just do it at home.
Yeah, like that doesn't make any sense.
How does that?
I was like, that's kind of defeating the purpose.
I think it's because of Trump has more of a
hold.
Yeah, more of a finger on the pulse in the NFL. You know, it's like every time Trump says something, it's like
a lot of them are Trump supporters.
Yeah, of course they are. And then a lot of the owners are Trump supporters.
Yep.
So, and
you know what though? I kind of had an idea about. You remember that old video that emerged from Trump back in the 90s, I think, or early 90s, where he was saying if I became a politician, because he was a businessman at the time, and he said if I become a politician, like let's say I think he was saying if I run for president, and he said I could say the dumbest things and people would eat it up. He legit said that. That video was when he was younger, back in the 90s, and they were interviewing him about something. And he said that. He says, I could say the dumbest things and people would eat it up.
I'll do you one better. During this campaign season in 2016, he said I could literally walk in New York and shoot somebody and nobody would get mad at me. And I would still have fans. Like,
did he try to put that as in, like, I could do whatever and nobody would hate me?
He's saying because people love him. That's what he was trying to say. But yeah, that's
wrong
because
right
he
now.
speaks
that's
his
a completely
mind.
different story.
But
Yeah,
apparently he's not wrong, dude, because he's president right now.
This is true. So there's another article that I thought was pretty interesting. James Harrison last season, he played for the Steelers and the Patriots, right? He said they asked him who's a better coach, and I'm going to play that audio for you real quick.
You wound up last year in New England, so give us better coach, Mike Tomlin, Bill Belichick. By far?
To me, yes.
Give us your view of Mike Tomlin as a head coach.
Mike Tomlin is good as a head coach. He's a player's coach.
Yeah.
I think he needs to be a little bit more disciplined. Other than that, the big thing with Belichick is he's very regimented. He's disciplined. Everyone is going to be on the same page. It's not going to be anything as far as someone doing their own thing. And I think over there, their coaching staff is like that. You're going to know what you're doing. I mean, it's meetings after me. I ain't never been in so many meetings in my life. And I think, that's really what helped me pick up that defense so fast. I mean,
Okay, give us some specifics. How can Tomlin upgrade in discipline?
I mean, just being more consistent across the board with everyone. You know what I'm saying? From your stars to your special teams.
You want him to hold players accountable.
Who?
Mike, you want him to hold everybody accountable because it seems to me that Coach Belichick does that.
I think it's easier if you hold everyone accountable because you don't have to.
Man, that was pretty crazy to hear from like a former player to say that Mike Tomlin needs to be more disciplined.
Bro, that's crazy.
That's crazy. And like, this isn't just any Joe Schmo player. This is James Harrison, one of their like elder statesmen. Mm-hmm. Like, he was like a Steeler lifer. He retired for a little bit, and he came back, and he was still like stronger than half the dudes on that squad. Like, people half his age. And so this isn't just some rook or some like journeyman player. This is the Steeler guy. And he's saying that Mike Tomlin needs to hold his players more accountable. He needs to be more disciplined in his coaching. And he's saying that Belichick was more aggressive in his coaching manner and more disciplined as a coach overall.
Belichick is a robot.
Yeah, it's true. But
There's no feelings.
I know, but I mean, he gets the results, right?
I mean, but so did Mike Tomlin. I mean, okay, so we can't really compare Mike Tomlin to Belichick, and then what Belichick was working with.
Because he played for both of them.
But you know what Belichick was working with.
Yeah, that's true.
Are you serious?
That's
like,
true.
come on now.
That's true.
Yeah, and then freaking Mike Tomlin's a great coach, man.
You think so?
Yes. What? Yeah. I think so. Like, how's there any doubt in that?
Yeah.
Bro, don't ever let Stephen A. hear you saying
that
something
was actually Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp.
I said don't. Okay, I said don't
You
have
said
Stephen A. hear you say that because he's a Steelers fan.
Oh no, I thought he was. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Bro.
You're right. I thought he was from New York.
No, man, he's a Steelers fan.
He's a Steelers fan, but he absolutely hates the Cowboys.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Any chance he
but
gets.
Skip loves them Cowboys though.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
All right. That's all we got for the NFL. We'll monitor. We can't wait for training camp to happen.
I'm ready, dude.
More details.
So
God damn. I'm actually excited for preseason.
Yeah.
Like, no bullshit.
I'm just ready for any kind of football. Did y'all watch the All-Star game? The actual All-Star game? So, I watched it just because we had our boys.
Bregman popped off.
Yeah. Bregman and Springer. So, it was just a game of strikeouts, right? Like, both teams are pitching, and then it was just home runs and strikeouts, right? So, they would one hitter would catch the pitcher slipping and then knock one out of the park, right? So, late in the game, in the ninth inning, the National League or the American League ties it. I mean, the National League ties it, so it's 5-5, right? And then Bregman comes to the plate. Go ahead and start that audio real quick.
Jay Happ.
Here's Bregman into left center field. Back at the wall and gone. Forget the tie. It's 6-5. Gotten to know Bregman through his manager. Here's Springer into right center field at the wall. That is gone. 7-5 AL. And a couple of Houston Astros go back.
That was great to see because like we were making national news. The Houston Astros, and like 4 years ago were losing hundreds of games. hundreds and hundreds of games.
Yeah.
Like 3 seasons back to back to back to back, you know? And it was great. And, you know, that was where AJ Hinch, our manager, was the manager for the whole American League All-Stars, right? And the thing is, when they went into the bottom of the ninth, when we were pitching, Garrett Cole hadn't pitched yet, Justin Verlander hadn't pitched yet, and a bunch of other All-Stars hadn't pitched yet. So we were good to go, but man, the reason we won is because Alex Bregman and George Springer. So that's what we got on our track record. Then yesterday, a lot of people have been giving Dallas Keuchel shit, myself included. You know, he really played well last night, and we won. What did we win?
Yeah, stop talking all that shit.
It was
apologize to Keuchel right now.
We won 3-1. We run 3-1. He held them hitless for a majority of the game.
Okay, so you just gonna ignore that? You ain't gonna apologize to Keuchel.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dallas. I'm sorry, Dallas Keuchel.
A player.
He was. It was.
I
rough.
was joking.
It was
but
rough. It was playing rough. But he's coming back.
Take a joke.
Ken Giles actually played really good in AAA, so hopefully we'll pull him back. Now, some other news that's kind of concerning is Carlos Correa. As the Astros open the second half, Carlos Correa's return date remains a mystery. Now, he's had back problems and stuff.
He's got time.
Correa, who hasn't played since June 25th because of an injury the Astros have described as back soreness, still isn't scheduled for his inevitable minor league rehab assignment, the length of which grows as his absence prolongs. As the team plays out its 5-game trip to Anaheim and Denver into the next week, Correa will continue to rehab in Houston. About a week ago, the Astros had hoped Correa would begin his rehab assignment during All-Star break. Those hopes ended when, after swinging at the bat late last week, Correa didn't feel great, manager AJ Hinch said. This is concerning because this is one of your, you know, you're playing him on a rookie deal. I mean, not a rookie deal right now. You're paying him on a manageable deal right now. And as the time goes by that he doesn't play, you know, that time's slipping, and then he's going to want a big contract and stuff.
Yeah.
So that window is closing ever so fast. So we need to get our return on that investment as soon as possible. So hopefully he gets better. Hopefully we go back to back this season. So that's all we got for the Astros so far. Let's go on to Major League Baseball news. So a pitcher during the All-Star game, Josh Hader, actually pitched. And of course, when somebody new comes onto the scene, the Twitter detectives go on and they pulled up some old tweets from your boy Josh Hader at jhader17. And I'm not going to repeat these tweets, but I'll let y'all Google it yourselves. But these are pretty crazy tweets, what this dude's saying. And he apologized for it. This is what he said. He said, quote, "I regret the mistakes I made in the past," said Hader, who apologized to his teammates earlier in the day, breaking down in tears. Quote, "That doesn't resemble the person I am now. Those are not my beliefs at all. They were never my beliefs. I hurt people by those tweets, and that hurts me deeply." To Hader's credit, after reflecting on the hideous tweets from the past 3 days, there were no excuses. He didn't make the same mistake as he did after the All-Star game, saying he was a child. He didn't reiterate the comment that teenagers do a lot of immature things. He was not a child. He was 17 years old enough to drive and nearly old enough to vote, not a 6-year-old. Sure, teenagers can be immature, but egging a house or wrapping toilet paper around trees isn't the same as issuing vile tweets for all of your buddies to see. See, I was telling y'all before we started, man, social media is the best thing and the worst thing.
It has its pros and cons.
But
it really does.
Twitter can make you, and Twitter can utterly break you. You know?
That's why you gotta, especially if you're such a big name on a huge platform.
You gotta
watch what you
yeah, because you see some of the tweets on there, man, and like you see some vile stuff that people are tweeting, and then I'm just like, man, when you like get older and you still use your Twitter handle, someone's gonna pull back that old stuff just like they did to this guy.
Yeah.
And would you be okay with them, like employers seeing the stuff that you like? That you tweeted like when you were like 17, 18 with his those tweets that he said. I'll show you the tweets because I don't want to repeat them.
Yeah.
But it's some crazy stuff, man. And so this is just a PSA to everybody. You know, pay attention to your social media stuff, man, because it can be bad. So just monitor what you say online. It's a cold world out there, and people are unforgiving. So just be on your stuff. moving on to more MLB stuff. The Dodgers made a big power play after the All-Star weekend, and they signed Manny Machado from the Baltimore Orioles.
Man, that was a good pickup.
Manny Machado is a really good pickup for them, a chosen hitter, and he's going to play shortstop for them, and he's been hitting really well on the plate. He's only 26, and he's really young too, so they got a good steal out of that. But I still feel like the Astros can repeat just because of our pitching staff.
Yeah.
That they're so solid.
Let's do it.
They might have
Let's
all the
repeat.
hitters, but the hitters ain't nothing if your pitching circles around
Let's
them.
do it. Let's do it. Let's
Go back
repeat
to
it.
back.
Repeat it. Championships.
So that's all I got for at Major League Baseball. Let's go into the MMA world. So after Daniel Cormier beat Stipe Miocic, Brock Lesnar came on, right?
Yeah.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
So Luke Rockhold, a light heavyweight fighter for the UFC, actually said something about middleweight. I'm sorry, he's a middleweight. No audio. I'm just going to quote him. Former UFC middleweight champion Luke Rockhold had a hard time containing himself when Brock Lesnar was in the ring with Daniel Cormier at UFC 226. Cormier's coach Rosendo Sanchez got all the press for shoving Lesnar amid a made-for-TV moment with Cormier, the newly minted dual champion, after his knockout of Stipe Miocic. But Rockhold considered getting into the fight too. Quote, "I was trying to judge the situation because I was about to pull a Diaz brother and jump on the back." Talking about the Nick and Nate Diaz brawl in the cage in 2009. When Rockhold refers to Lesnar's style, it's not just smothering wrestling of the WWE star and former UFC champ. He cheats, Rockhold said when asked to explain his reaction to Lesnar's presence. Quote, that he was exempt from testing so he could cheat, and the fact that they bring him back after that positive test and treat him like a king, that's everything that's wrong with the sport. Rockhold is referring to an infamous chapter in the UFC's history with the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency, which granted the promotion's request to exempt Lesnar from a 4-month window of drug testing when he came out of retirement for a 2016 fight with Mark Hunt at UFC 200. So they gave him an exception, Big Brock Lesnar, because he was probably taking PEDs while he was at the WWE, because they don't test him for that stuff. Like, all those dudes are on all kinds of PEDs.
Talk to Dana White.
So, I mean,
he's the one that let this stuff happen.
Yeah. And Daniel Cormier wants that fight too, because that's where the money's at. You know,
Right.
He got the big UFC star. There's a background behind it. You know, there's a backstory, but still, for everybody that's deserving it, you know, that do it the right way, that's not cool. That's not cool.
Right.
You know, so we'll see how it goes, man. Brock Lesnar's a big. He looks like a video game villain.
Yes.
He looks like a video.
Remember when what's his name? Cain Velasquez beat crap out of him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That was such a good fight.
Like the way he looks, he has to be in like some kind of sport. He can't just be like
That
working
big.
at a McDonald's.
Yeah, for sure.
Hello, welcome to McDonald's. Let me take your order.
Take your order. You should.
Big Mac, okay.
It reminds me of that. Cat Williams was talking about that. He said, "Man, you can't be big as shit and working like a T-Mobile."
That was actually
You're like, hello.
Kevin Hart joke, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was a Kevin Hart joke?
It was a Kevin Hart
You
joke.
sure that wasn't a Cat Williams joke?
It was a Kevin Hart joke.
Shamir would know.
Yeah, he
It
was.
was from his first stand-up.
Dang, man.
Bro, I love comedy. You got to know
You
that.
want to give him the timestamp and everything too? Shit.
Yeah, it was like 15 minutes in.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyways, moving on. So you remember when Conor McGregor threw that dolly at the bus
Yeah.
and he like
Among
oh,
other
and
things,
he got,
yes.
he got arrested and
That
stuff.
was at Barclays Center, right?
Yeah. So here's a article from TMZ. They say Conor McGregor is one lucky scofflaw. I don't know what that is, because TMZ Sports has learned that he's on the verge of striking a deal in his New York City criminal case that will keep him in the U.S. and out of jail. We've learned that Conor's lawyer is in the final stages of negotiating a plea deal for his felony mischief case. The case that was filed after the UFC champs unleashed his fury of hurling a dolly into the UFC bus, injured 3 fighters. His target was UFC rival Khabib Nurmagomedov, who was not hurt. Conor was charged with 1-count felony criminal mischief and 3 counts of misdemeanor assault. Sources familiar with the deal tell us prosecutors have agreed to reduce the felony to a misdemeanor. Whew. That's hugely significant because a felony involving violence could trigger permanent deportation from the U.S. Wow. This dude got super lucky. Because he could have been a felon. He could have been a convicted felon. But he's Conor McGregor.
Dude, no, it's just politics, bro. Mm-hmm. That's all it
The
is.
Irish bad boy faced 7 years behind bars if he was convicted. But we've learned prosecutors are agreeable to probation, no jail time. The deal is not finalized, but we're told negotiations are down to the fine points. If it doesn't fall apart, the deal should be. Why are you still singing?
Oh, you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I was making like
Finalized in a
subliminal.
matter of days because Connor is due in Manhattan court Thursday. I can hear you still. Kiki, do you love me? I was just like, man, I'm trying to read this shit. Why are you still singing that stupid ass song?
Bro, I'm sleepy.
All right, we're almost done. So remember Colby Covington and Tyron Woodley? How Tyron Woodley said he was going to kill this dude because
Tyron Willie.
yeah, because Colby Covington was saying so. The UFC is threatening to take Colby Covington's interim welterweight belt because he won't defend it in time. Colby Covington wants to fight in September, but Tyron Woodley is like ready to fight now. The UFC wants to get that fight going now. Now, Colby Covington's saying we're looking at September, November, or December. Covington said, I need a little time off. I need to do a little recovering. I'm only human, man. I gotta get a little vacation. I can't just keep running my body through the ground, going through training camps. You have to be strategic, November, December works for me. I had a little health issues after my fight, so I'm getting those taken care of. And by the year's end, I will unify my belt and retire Tyron Woodley for good.
Damn.
Yeah. Now this is what Tyron Woodley said to that. UFC champ Tyron Woodley says the real reason Colby Covington is trying to push their fight is because Colby Covington needs time to recover from a medical condition called, quote, sore vagina.
Oh my god.
There were rumblings this week that the UFC was targeting a September fight date for Woodley versus Covington, but Colby said it won't happen until November or December because he needs time to heal up from fight injuries. Darren Till, another welterweight fighter, says he was approached about a Woodley fight too, but on the Hollywood Beatdown, Tyron said no one has formally offered him either fight. Don't get it twisted. Tyron said he'll beat the dog snot out of both guys, but ain't nobody offer me shit. There's more. Tyron Woodley weighs in on the Jimmy Garoppolo dating a porn star legend, Kiara Mia, and offers to teach Pac-Man Jones how to fight better.
Oh, I know her.
You know her? Apparently, Jimmy G's out taking her out in San Francisco.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
I
thought that was like Audrey Batoni.
No.
Because it was like too far away, so I couldn't really see it.
Damn, you're looking at my face. Nah, man, it's Kiara Mia. Google that. I won't.
I mean,
yeah.
Everybody else has too, but all right.
Now that's it for
She's an actor.
That's it for UFC and MMA stuff. Let's talk about other stuff going on. So y'all know about this
Jimmy G, why'd you do that?
Russia and USA little press conference.
She's 41, by the way.
I know.
What's that about?
I have the whole timeline leading up to it. Okay. I'm gonna break it down because a lot of people don't know what the hell is going on with all this stuff. So here's a time frame of everything. I found it online. It's a good resource. February 3rd, 2014, Russia invades Crimea. Russia invades the Crimean Peninsula and later annexes it after the Crimean referendum. The move is widely condemned as a violation of international law. 6/16/2015, candidacy announced. Trump announces that he'll run for president. July 1st, 2016, investigation begins. FBI begins investigation linking Trump's presidential campaign and Russian government. 11/08/2016, Trump elected. Trump was elected president of the United States. 12/29/2016, Russians expelled. President Barack Obama expels 35 Russian diplomats and imposes sanctions in response to Russian election meddling. 12/30/2016, no retaliation. Putin says that he will not retaliate against sanctions. January 6th, 2017, report accuses Russians. The U.S. Intelligence Committee, including the CIA, FBI, and National Security Agency, issues reports with high confidence that Russia tried to influence 2016 election. 1/10/2017, document hints at blackmail. A classified but unverified...
Bro, just impeach this dude.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
No, but this is leading up to it. We're almost at...
Too much has been going on.
Yeah.
He's still not
Bro, just
impeached.
impeach him. Like everything you're saying, like just impeach this dude.
Yeah, but he hasn't been impeached so far. It keeps going. Classified but unverified document claiming Russians have compromising personal and financial information about Trump is given to Obama and Trump. The document is based on notes by a former British intelligence agents and says information was exchanged by people connected to Trump's campaign and others within the Russian government. 1/20 2017, Trump is inaugurated.
Oh my God.
5/7/2017, Mueller named special counselor. Robert Mueller, former FBI director, appointed by Justice Department as special counsel to investigate connections between Trump and Russia. Press conference. At a press conference, Trump says, "Russia, if you're listening, I hope you can find the 33,000 emails that are missing. I think you'll probably be rewarded mightily by our press." He's talking about Hillary Clinton's emails. 8/02/2017, Congress approves sanctions. With veto-proof majorities, Congress passes bill imposing sanctions against Russia for election interference. Trump signs it into law. 2/16/2018, 13 Russians indicted. Special counsel Robert Mueller charges 13 Russian nationals and 3 Russian companies with conspiracy to interfere with the election. The Russian government denies involvement. 3/20/2018, Trump congratulates Putin. Trump disregards advice from national security advisors and congratulates Putin by phone on Putin's re-election. Trump says he and Putin will meet. 6/27/2018, presidents to meet. The White House announces Trump and Putin will hold a summit meeting in July. 7/13/2018, 12 Russians indicted. 12 members of the Russian Military Intelligence Agency are indicted on charges of hacking Democratic Party emails and computers in an attempt to interfere with the 2016 U.S. presidential election. 7/14, congressional protest. Following the indictments, members of Congress from both parties urged Trump to cancel meeting with Putin. 7/15/2018, an interview with CBS, Trump says he has low expectations for the summit. And then on 7/16/2018, he has a summit with Putin where he says he trusts Putin in that he chooses Putin's word over our own intelligence.
My fuck, bro,
Then 7/17, he backtracks and he says he misspoke in a news conference and says he believes USA intelligence. Then on 7/18, Russian student indicted. Justice Department's announcement indictment of Maria Butina, 29, a Russian student on charges of being a Russian agent who worked with the National Rifle Association to broker a meeting between Trump and Putin. So she's a spy. This is like one of those spy movies, man. In 7/18, Russia dumps Treasury holdings. Treasury Department reports Russian government was dumping U.S. treasuries in months before summit with Trump. 7/18, Trump, Russia no longer targets U.S. In an afternoon news conference, Trump contradicts intelligence officials saying Russia is no longer targeting U.S. Then 7/19, Trump blames the media. Trump blames the media for a bipartisan backlash over his meeting with Putin. He says that the summit was a success and plans for another meeting with the Russian leader. And then 7/19, Trump invites Putin to the U.S. The White House says it will invite Putin to visit Washington to continue an ongoing working level of dialogue between the two Security Council staffs. And that's it, man. This whole fiasco is just so crazy, man. Like, I just watching this on the news, it's just like, is this real life? Because this looks like a movie. You got secret agents, you got spies, you got all of this. Like,
spies for what?
Huh?
Like fucking spies for what? Like, I
no,
don't
they're
understand.
sending spies.
Who's sending spies?
Russia's
Russia's
always
sending spies
been
to
known
what?
for that.
Us?
To us. That Butina,
Bro, he doesn't even have to send spies to us. All Putin has to do is just, hey, Trump, what are the codes to your nuclear devices?
Man,
And
over
he'd
beers.
probably give 'em.
and you know,
Yeah, he'll give them.
there's some Russian journalists that are saying we got Trump, we got him.
No shit.
He's in our pockets now.
They're like,
That's what they're saying. The leader of the United States is in a Russian man. Anyways, I'm tired of that stuff. I'm not talking about. Okay, so
even
other
though
stuff.
you did talk about
I
it.
did. I just wanted to break it down because I didn't know most of that stuff either. I just wanted to read it, so that was a live reaction from me. Did you see the Titans trailer?
No, I have not.
You want to watch it? I got it pulled up right here.
I really don't because I heard so many bad things about
I
it.
know, but
I saw some of it. I didn't see it all.
you got to
of it.
react. You got to react because I want to see your reaction because
okay.
my
All right.
reaction was not so good. Okay.
What's that?
Titans show.
Oh, yeah.
Everything led me here. To you. You're the boy from the circus. You got no place to hide. And I'm feeling like a feeling, got a hunger inside.
Listen to this.
Please, can you help me?
What's happening?
Fuck
There's
Batman.
something evil inside of me.
You're scared, I get it, but you can control it. You don't know what I've become.
Sometimes when I feel the darkness,
Wait,
I
this
feel
no.
good.
No. Oh my god.
My mom says there's no such thing as monsters.
Why does
I used to
Starfire
think
look
that.
like a...
I was wrong.
It's gonna be good.
Bro, it's gonna be fucking horrible.
Bro, if these fools don't stop ruining DC movies,
Bro, I would rather watch a cartoon movie.
bro,
than
that
this
was
shit.
so bad. I saw that trailer and I was like, this is the most. They're trying to be so edgy. They're trying to be so
Who's
like.
giving them these rights to these
Oh
movies?
my god!
And you know what?
Because they think they're gonna make money, but they're not.
And this is what I'm talking about. We had a conversation a couple years back about
Yes.
like Arrow and shit. Like, you know how Arrow's dark and
Don't
shit
even
like
get
that.
me started on that. Man.
Yeah, like how Arrow's dark and shit, and
Yeah.
like the Flash is like more like.
Do you still watch that, by the way?
Huh? I stopped. I'm
Good.
trying to get back
you
on
saved
it.
yourself, man.
But
It's so bad.
hold on. And then the Flash was like more upbeat. But you remember we had a kind of debate where like, you know, shows should be like more dark and shit.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I don't want it to be more dark, because
Yeah.
it gets into that, and,
it
it's
gets
like
into too,
all
like-
that looks like it's teenage angst. And then you have Starfire looking like some 2-bit hooker.
Wow,
Bro, she does look like a hooker, dude. She does look like one.
Damn.
Like
I
straight
didn't
up.
like that. I didn't like that casting at all.
Bro, it's not about the casting. It's like, what's Starfire wearing?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
But, I mean-
That's weird to me.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care about race. That doesn't matter to
But
me.
in the cartoon, she's kind of wearing like a tube top, not a tube top, but like
Bro.
a crop top.
Bro, a crop top, yes, that's true. But look at the way it is on this show.
Yeah,
With a mink coat. Like, come on. Like, really?
yeah, that was pretty rough.
Hey, you
got
serious?
Gotta get the mink.
And then Dick Grayson, that does not look.
you
Bro,
heard him say "fuck Batman."
fuck Batman. And well, I barely heard that. But then he was using guns and shooting people.
Yeah,
Where in DC has he ever did that? Well, not to shoot people, but he was killing them.
yeah.
It was like he was killing people. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't do that. That's not Dick Grayson. That's one of my favorite characters in DC.
They trying to
Like,
be edgy, man.
Bro, this is stupid.
And there's more to come.
And like Raven is just, I don't know.
Yeah, she looks like a little kid.
Well, she is.
Yeah, but like little kid.
Yeah.
Here's the upcoming DC movies. We got Aquaman.
Aquaman looks good.
Aquaman coming December 21st. You saw the trailer?
Yes, I did. Aquaman looks good.
Yeah. Then we got Shazam coming.
I saw that trailer.
April
I don't know
5th,
about that one.
2019. Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know about that one. And then like it's weird because it looks too fake.
Yeah, it looks
it's
really
w-
fake.
it's
Like if you
weird.
look at the dude,
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks like that's not his body.
what's his
for
name?
some
Zachary
reason.
Levitt. Yeah, it looks like CGI.
Yeah, that was Zachary Levitt. Like I didn't even like think about that. Like it's like, wow, that's really.
They should have put the Rock in there.
Yeah,
Man.
like he looked familiar. Well,
Yeah.
The Rock's gonna be Black Adam.
Uh-uh.
Well, it's been rumored it's been rumored for years that the Rock is gonna be Black Adam. But I mean, who knows if Black Adam's actually gonna be in? Who knows?
Yeah. Then they got Wonder Woman 2 coming out November 1st, 2019.
Okay, that's dope.
They got
but that's
Flash-
not a prequel. Please don't be a freaking prequel.
I don't think so.
I mean, we already did one.
Flash Solo.
Wonder Woman's coming out?
Wonder Woman 2.
2, yeah.
That's November 1st, 2019. Then they got Flashpoint, which is a Flash Solo movie coming out March.
What? Why did?
It was slated to release originally in March 2018, but it was removed from the schedule.
They shouldn't do. Okay,
So they're gonna move that down. Yeah,
because
they're
I
going
don't think because Flashpoint is a huge part of like the DC universe.
Mm-hmm.
Because Flashpoint changes everything. Basically, Flashpoint changed. Basically, Flashpoint made the new 52.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what happened.
So they scrapped the original release date. Now they're going to start filming in fall 2018. Potentially
Of
release
what?
it of 2018. Fall 2018.
No, I'm talking about a Flash.
Yeah, Flashpoint. And they're potentially going to release it by early 2020, February or April. Then after that, they got Suicide Squad 2, which is scheduled to be released in early 2020. That was
First one was garbage.
Yeah.
Bro, no, Harley Quinn was great.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie was great. I was okay with
She's
the Joker.
always great.
Yeah.
That's true. I was okay with the Joker
Yep. They're also making another Batman movie, The Batman.
with Ben Affleck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now they
No, we'll have to make one.
they saying he's reportedly looking at creating a new Batman trilogy of his own. Do you bleed? No, you will.
I don't really like his Batman. Dude. I don't like his Batman.
He was the worst Batman.
Christian Bale's Batman was really good.
Yeah,
I thought. but-
man. Okay, now this made me laugh. Green Lantern is making another movie, July 20th.
Well, they have to.
release date.
Yeah,
they
they
gotta
have
make
to.
it. They gotta make up for that Ryan Reynolds movie.
Yeah, because even Ryan Reynolds hates that shit. But no, like they have to make a Green Lantern because you got to include him in like the DC
Yeah.
movie universe, whatever.
Now this, they're slated to make a Justice League Dark. One of the strangest properties that Warner Bros. Is trying to get off the ground is Justice League Dark.
Even though, but you've seen like the movie though, right? Or like the cartoon version of it?
No, is it
It's
good?
Yeah,
Is it
it's
really?
good. Yeah, it's good.
They don't have a release date yet, but that's slated to be released later. Now, Batgirl, they are slated to do that in 2019. They got the writer and director February 2018, so they're gonna get started on that. What do you think about Batgirl?
Bro, like it's kind of hard to say because like the way they're doing these movies is gonna be weird. Because like Aquaman, that's a prequel, obviously. You know what I mean? So it's like they already made like the Justice League movie.
Yeah.
Now they're going back and doing all these prequels now. It's like, hey, no, okay, these characters do this, these characters do this, these origin, and it's just like it just feels rushed. It just feels rushed.
For sure.
Like the way Marvel did it, like they set up everything to go into the Avengers, and then after that to go to the second Avengers, Age of Ultron. Basically, all that led up to Infinity War.
Yeah.
All those movies, all those origin stories, like Captain America: Winter Soldier was one of the best ones.
Yeah.
And then into Civil War, and then Guardians of the Galaxy. Come on, like they expanded so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of Marvel, here's their lineup coming up. Ant-Man and the Wasp was released July 6th.
I need to go see that.
Then Captain Marvel is coming out March 6th, 2019.
wait.
Then we got the still untitled fourth Avenger film is coming out May 3rd, 2019. Then Spider-Man Far From Home is coming out July 5th,
Yeah,
2019.
I can't wait for that one. That's gonna be awesome.
These are the ones that are in development. These haven't been titled yet. But this writer for this article, it's called editorial.rottentomatoes.com.
They're probably done really
Yeah,
right, and, like
research
putting
is-
the finishing touches on the writing.
So, Untitled
start
Marvel
filming.
Movie 1 is coming out May 1st, 2020. Their guess is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Untitled Marvel Movie number 2, July 31st, 2020. Their guess is Black Panther 2. Untitled Marvel Movie 3. Their guess is The Eternals. I don't know who the Eternals are. Do you know who the Eternals are?
Yeah, I know the Eternals are.
Okay, that's coming out November 6th, 2020. Then Untitled Marvel Movie number 4, their guess is Captain Marvel 2. That's May 7th, 2021.
Okay, so Iron Man and Captain America don't exist anymore. Because you're noticing like the trend here, right? You're not hearing Captain America. You're not hearing.
Yeah, but these are all
Iron
guesses.
Man.
These are all guesses, though.
Those are guesses.
These are
Okay,
all
but
guesses.
yeah, but like
They've researched it in there.
But you've seen like the way these guesses are going, and then Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. said like they're kind of done playing those
Kind of
roles.
dumpling it, so maybe
They
they're going
wanna
to phase
just-
them out.
Yeah, just
after
phase
the
them out.
Last Avengers movie.
Right, and then it's gonna be like somebody's because then it's gonna be like maybe Captain Marvel taking
Because
like the head of the
they already
Avengers.
shot the second part of Infinity War.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I think
like
I think
they probably already done like
I think
already
they're
started
done.
filming it.
I think they're done. So Captain America and
Yeah,
Iron
after
They
and then
might
and then either they're gonna kill him off or
Yeah.
they're just gonna phase him out and then like have like the new line of heroes. Like,
Yeah. I feel like
I said, because
Captain
Captain
Marvel's
Marvel's gonna be like basically the leader of the Avengers.
pack, yeah.
Or what's happening in the comics is that the Falcon he becomes a new Captain America.
No,
Yes. And he still has the wings and all that, but he has Captain America shit.
Jeremy Renner is going to be not Falcon. That's not Falcon.
Wow.
I'm so stupid.
Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie. That would be dope. That'd be dope.
Did he just?
Yeah.
Dude, that's
No, I don't know why I confused
Jeremy
the
Renner's like,
Falcon
bro.
with he's
No, but they make basically I can't think of the Falcon's actual name, but yeah, they make the Falcon the new
Yeah.
Captain America. So he might be like the new leader.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Moving on with more of these guesses. Untitled Marvel movie number 5. They're guessing it's Black Widow. Black Widow is going to get a standalone movie.
Okay.
I hope so.
July 31st, 2021.
Fantastic Four.
You think so?
Bro.
Whoever made those last Fantastic
Disney
Four movies.
bought Fox.
Yeah, that's true.
That means they got Fantastic Four and the X-Men.
Yeah.
Can you even imagine what the possibilities are?
Yeah, that's true.
And then when you're going to start introducing mutants, oh my God,
You
bro,
think
the
they're
MCU's
gonna
going to
cross
be
over,
huge.
They're going to cross over?
They have to. Wait, you talking about from like the old like Fox movies?
No, like with the X-Men and Avengers.
If they're all in the same universe, yeah, of course.
They're going to cross them over?
Why not? Because Wolverine joins the Avengers
I thought
anyway.
those are separate universes, though.
With the X-Men and the
like
Avengers?
different divisions of Marvel.
No.
They don't cross over?
They always cross over.
Oh.
Dude, there's even a comic where the Avengers go against the X-Men.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, bro. Oh,
I thought they were just separate divisions. And
No,
the
they're all the
last
same universe.
the last Untitled Marvel movie number 6, coming out February 18th, 2022.
Deadpool.
Their guess is Miss Marvel. Now, me and you have talked about Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel difference. They're the same person, right?
They're the same person.
Carol Danvers.
Yes.
So why would they have a Miss Marvel as opposed to Captain Marvel 1 and Captain Marvel 2?
Oh, no. Because there is a Miss Marvel.
I thought they were both
No,
Carol
no.
Danvers.
There's another one. It's a teenager, a Hispanic teenager. What she can do is like she can like enlarge her extremities. Like mostly I've seen is like she like makes her hands or arms like stretch out and bigger.
Huh.
Yeah, and her name is Miss Marvel.
Oh.
Yeah, so it could be her.
Oh, okay. The Kree, the Celestials, and the Inhumans.
And the Inhumans. There's actually a show that features the Inhumans. Actually, and that should be in the same universe as Marvel already because they showed up in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, I believe it.
So.
Now, on that note, when I mentioned Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, their director, James Gunn, got fired for offensive tweets. Man, Twitter coming back again. I pulled the tweets up. I'm not going to repeat these two because there's a lot of craziness being tweeted.
Yeah, even though they're old, but like, dude, these are...
You got to scrub your Twitters, man. These are bad. People look at this stuff.
Yeah, man.
You know, you got the Twitter detectives that go way back to like 2014, 2013.
And Disney don't play that, man.
Yeah, Disney don't play that.
Mickey Mouse will come and find you. Real talk.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but that's all we got for today, man. It's been a pretty long episode. Where we at? Like, whew. So yeah. Once again, like we always say, follow us on iTunes, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Iheartradio, follow us on Spotify.
Oh, yo, that's right. We're on Spotify now, people.
Spotify
We're
now,
moving
baby.
on up like George Jefferson.
So go on your Spotify.
Moving on up to the east side.
On your Spotify app, look under podcast, search up Houston Sports Social. We'll be on there. And yeah, thanks for listening and subscribe to all of our stuff.
Yes, sir.
My name is Justin.
And my name is Sean.
Kiki, do you love me? Do you ride it? Do you ever want to live it?
Hey, man, the song's old, but hey.
It's not even that old.
I mean, it ain't old, but it's overplayed.
The album came out like 2 weeks ago.
It's extremely overplayed.
It's overplayed.
It's overplayed.
Damn you people that make everything
with
old.
that
Oh my gosh.
Because I actually like the song, but now I can't.
Now I can't
I
stand
subconsciously
it. I
can't like
stand
it.
Yeah, because I hum it in my head all the time now.
Because now I look like just a
What I look
follower.
like? What I
You know what I'm
look
saying?
like? What I look like?
Shambam, aka Shambam Kablam, aka he's sexy. I'll catch y'all later.
Nobody says that.
Stop hating. Stop hating.
Okay,
Shit.
bye.
Bye.